What's up, guys? Here's our video blog behind the scenes thing for this week, our cosplay episode. Hey, it's like a pun.
I almost wanted to photo bomb.
Yeah.
As he goes away. Oh yeah, I was gonna just be like,
I'm taking a tally of, we're gonna go together, we're gonna do a duet, you and me?
You and me?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're gonna wear. But anyways, Scott is gonna dress up like Rick from Walking Dead and sing "I Will Survive." Makes sense, right? And of course,
Just waiting for him to shut up.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Always.
That should be our tagline.
Just waiting for him to shut up.
Well, I was ready to do another one, so...
Which one did you want to do?
I thought we were doing that, I'm watching the stream.tv one.
Okay, let's do that one first. I don't want to confuse
Thank you.
anyone. Alright, it's coming to
Watch out.
you in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Superman,
and I'm Batman.
and you're watching the stream.tv.
The Stream.tv.
Alright, let's do that one more time. We didn't know there was going to be screaming involved.
About your levels.
We're good.
What's up, guys? We just finished an episode of GeekDown about cosplaying, but we had some famous cosplayers here in the audience. We're going to introduce you to Macabre. Say hi, Mac. Hey, Flitz.
Hi, Mac.
Hey, Mac.
It's all good.
So, Flitz.
Yes,
Flitz.
yes.
Interview Mac.
Huh?
Interview Mac.
So, Macabre. Okay, wait. How many cosplay costumes do you have?
You know, only a few, because really I started out doing a lot of costumes for my modeling, and then I decided I was going to do a Halloween costume that was Poison Ivy, and it wasn't going to be much of anything, and then people saw images of it, and it just kind of started spiraling from there. But I have a lot of costumes on my slate right now.
You have a lot on your list. So these are going to be the ones that you've wanted to do for a while and you've been building for a while?
Yeah, it's stuff that I'm just kind of working up to. It's just been a slow process, because it costs, money and time, and I don't have a lot of either right now.
One of the things that we did not get to touch on, and this happens a lot, and this is almost comes down to politics, is you cosplayers keep their cosplay ideas of what they're going to do secret, because I don't know if it's superstition or if it's just straight up how shiesty people are. Someone will see that and they'll be like, I'm going to do that too. And you want to be the first to do it, or you want to be the unique one out at conventions cosplaying as so and so and so and so. And you planned it so far ahead. Has that ever happened to you?
I've been involved in a couple of groups where it's been just decided by the group that it's going to be quiet. I'm usually pretty open about what I'm doing, because
Oh, really?
it's not a big deal, and I get so excited about it that I want to show other people what I'm working on. So I'm turning around now. So I guess it really depends. I actually have a group for next year that we're already working on something, and it was decided to keep it kind of quiet, because there is sort of this bandwagon jumping where it's like, this is a really good idea, I'm going to do it too. It takes some of the fun out of it.
And you say you're using the word group a lot. Is it common that people go to conventions now in groups, and has it always been like that, or did it start off as solo and people thought it would be a good idea to say, hey, we're going to do this together and it's going to have a theme and we're going to be awesome as a unit?
It's a little bit of both. I think groups are really impressive when you show up and you can organize that many people to show up. For San Diego Comic-Con, I was with the group when we were Darkseid and the Female Furies. Super unusual. I hadn't seen anybody else do it before. And so, we kind of didn't want anybody jumping on that bandwagon, but we showed up. People were so impressed because there were like 8 or 9 of us that had coordinated for this, and it's impressive.
Do you think this is a trend? Like, do you think this is the wave of the future, with where cosplayers show up to conventions looking like gangs? Just in case something's going down. It's like, holy crap, the Disney princesses are beating up like the Furies.
It's gonna be like that scene in Anchorman where everybody shows up and they're like, hey, let's fight!
People just cosplay as the Bloods and Crips.
That's what it's gonna come down to. People just cosplaying as actual gangs with actual guns getting in fights.
I would love to see Comic-Con security though if that group showed up. Like,
Cosplay
we're in
as
costume. They're like, just
We're in a little stadium.
turn
What is
around
that,
and walk
Coliseum?
away.
I don't think the
Shirt with the Coliseum logo on it.
the red that sounds amazing as well.
Yeah, I can't go through here. Sorry.
I mean, they are volunteers.
They love me because I give them absolutely no time. They're like, stop. I'm like, nope.
Solo cosplaying is fun. It is nice to have at least 2 people. If nothing else, if you have a really impressive costume, you tend to get swamped by people.
Yeah,
and it's nice to have somebody who's kind of watching your back or you're posing. It's like, hey, maybe you want to move your chin around because the photos will end up on the internet and they will be there forever.
So it's like a safety. It comes down to a safety and numbers thing. Because I mean, I've seen lots of cosplayers at different conventions, and it gets to a point where they can't move. They can't take 2 steps before someone's like, "Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?" And it only takes one fanboy to be like, "Can I get a picture?" And it's like,
It's nice to have that because they're a little less likely
guy
to do
put
it
his
if there's
arm
other
around you.
people around, But most people are really respectful, but occasionally get somebody where they're just like, they're edging in and edging in, and it's like, okay, personal boundaries, arm around the shoulder or waist, okay, there's a point where it just becomes creepy and you're like,
Especially when you're like,
photos now.
especially when you're like Poison Ivy and you're not wearing any clothes.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Are you legally allowed to talk about your worst experience with the person who wanted to take a picture with you?
I really haven't had a really horrible experience with that costume. I think the most annoying was when I first wore the costume. It was for Halloween, and I went down to Hollywood, and I had Harley Quinn with me. Oh, you're Eve! I had an Arkham Asylum shirt on, rose in the hair, I had a Harley Quinn. They're like, people come up and they're like, hey baby, my name is Adam. And it was like, yeah, well, I'm not Eve. And one guy was really offended by that. Like, he thought I was just being a bitch. And, well, I kind of was. But it was also that, hey, look, that's not who I am. Harley Quinn, here, hello, do you see? Like, why would I be wearing a fucking orange shirt that says Arkham Asylum if I'm Eve? You think I at least have an apple with me or something? I mean, come on.
He probably thought you were an orange tree. Well, cool. Mac Boive. How's it say it?
Beauvais.
Beauvais. I gotta think Bouvier and cut out the EA and just have it.
You're just,
I am lost.
just Mac B. Does that work?
Where can we
I'm
follow
gonna
you
get
on
your last
Twitter?
name.
Everywhere.
Ooh,
You follow me at Strange Like That.
sweet. Thank you so much, Macabre. High five.
High five.
Yes.